everybody, it's Clayton Delaney. I'm glad that you're here. I've been gone for a little while because of holidays, and I hope that you had a great holiday, and hope that you're having a great new year, and everything went great, and it was just farts and sunshines. When I was in high school, there were people that used to wear shoes, boots mainly, that had a metal plate in the heel of them to correct like an instep or an outstep so they would walk correctly. And when you wear those for a little bit longer than you're supposed to, they wear down to the actual metal that connects to the boot of your heel, to the heel of your boot. Let's switch those around. And I used to think, good Lord, there is a large population of tap dancers in my town. Good for them. Good for them. Because you'd hear them walking down the highway. You'd hear them walking down the high school hallway. So I thought there was a lot of tap dancers. On to the story. Senior year of high school, I was in choir. And the highest level of the choir was a choir called Reflections, which means that we just had a lot more dance moves. We danced. We choreographically sang and danced. And it was fantastic. It was really, really fun. I was in there junior and senior year. And for our senior year, our instructor, Mr. Zen, decided that we needed to go on a trip to Cozumel, Mexico, on a cruise ship nonetheless. So he took all the juniors and seniors, and we had to come up with about $500 or $600, and we were able to go on a cruise for about 6 or 7 days. On this cruise ship, me and Daniel had previously discussed with our girlfriends at the time. The girlfriend that I had at the time is Ryan, my wife, and we discussed with them. We had found this love song, and we would listen to said love song on the bow of the boat at the same time in the middle of the ocean at night, and broadcast, two boys broadcasting their love on a boat. So the night comes. We're listening to this guy named Daniel Bedingfield, who has a song called If You're Not the One, and we both went as far forward as we could. We couldn't actually get to the bow of the boat because there was a lot of electronics down there. There was your anchor cables and things like that. Only employees were allowed that far down on the boat. But we got about 2/3 of the way up. We're as far out as we possibly could get on the front of this boat. We're in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, probably our second or third day out at sea. And we're standing side by side. We count down from 3 and we start the song. And we're just kind of bebopping. And about 12 seconds in, I remember Daniel stopped and he patted me on the shoulder and he said, "Hey man, this is a little weird. I'm going to go as far as humanly possible onto that side of the boat. And you go over there as far as you can do. And don't look at me." And I was like, "And then you don't look at me because this is weird." And so we listened to this song on the bow of the boat in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, and it makes me chuckle to think, love at that young age makes you do silly things. I remember I bought 100 of those little teacup candles that come, they're like 88 cents for like a pack of 20 of them, and they come in there's those little bitty shallow flimsy metal containers. I remember I set up 100 of those, lit them on fire in a girl's room, and waited for her to come back from like a cheerleading camp. And in retrospect, that's a huge fire hazard, and I feel really sorry now for her and her mom who had to blow out 100 candles. But the mom stood there and watched me do it and gave me permission to do it, so whatever. I remember also buying a dozen red roses, or a dozen flowers. I think I bought daisies because Ryan's favorite flower is daisies. But I bought roses. And I put a dozen red roses on the windshield of her car while she was at work, right before she came off of work. And someone stole like 4 of those roses. So when she came out, there was only 8 roses waiting for her. And I remember her asking me about it, being like, "Why'd you buy 8? Why didn't you get 12? Don't they sell them in 12s and singles?" And that's about it. But somebody stole the red roses. And you do a lot of weird stuff for love. Love is a great thing. And so the moral of the story is this: it's okay to be stupid in love. And in fact, I hope this new year brings you lots of love. And I hope that you're able to broadcast that love on the bow of a boat, or from your backyard, or from someone's window, holding a boombox above your head, blasting, you know, a love song. But I hope that you find love, that you share love, and that you give love in this coming year. So, happy 2014. I hope it's a fantastic one. And if you're on the bow of a cruise ship, it's not a bad way to go to tell the person that you love. You're going to listen to a love song and think of them. Yeah, but we were the only two out there. There was no one else.